The day your decision letter shows up is the day most veterans make their biggest mistake. They flip straight to the percentage, see a number, get angry or relieved, and they stop reading. And buried a couple of pages later is the part that actually tells you whether the VA got your claim right and exactly how to fix it if they got it wrong. Today, I am going to walk you through that letter, piece by piece. If you are new here, I am David. On this channel, we break down the VA disability system one piece at a time so you can stop guessing and start winning your claim. Let us open that envelope. Your decision letter comes in the mail, and it is also sitting in your account on va.gov. Most of it looks like government boilerplate, but there are 4 things inside that actually matter. Number 1, the decision itself. For every condition you claimed, it will say granted or denied. Number 2, your evaluation. That is the percentage assigned to each granted condition. Number 3, your effective date. Write that one down because that date controls your back pay. And number 4, the section they title Reasons and Bases. That is where the VA explains why they decided what they decided. Everybody reads the percentage. Almost nobody reads the reasons and bases. And that section is the whole game. Here is where veterans get confused and, honestly, angry. Say you were granted 30% for one condition and 20% for another. You do the math in your head. 50%, right? Then your letter says 40%, and you are sure they cheated you. They did not. The VA does not add your ratings. It combines them, using what people call VA math. It works off what is left of a healthy body. So they take 30% of the whole you first. Then the 20% comes off what is remaining, not off the full 100. That is why 2 ratings almost never add up the clean way. So before you fire off an angry appeal, check whether your combined number was calculated correctly. Sometimes it is right, and it just feels wrong. Sometimes it is a genuine error. You need to know which one you are looking at. Now back to that effective date, because this is real money. Your effective date is usually the day the VA received your claim. Every month between that date and the day they finally decided is back pay you are owed. So if your claim took 14 months and they grant it, you should see a lump sum going all the way back to the start. 2 things to check. First, is the effective date right? Or did they use a later date than they should have? And second, did they actually pay the back pay that date entitles you to? An incorrect effective date is one of the most common and most expensive errors in a decision letter. And it is one of the easiest to miss if all you look at is the percentage. Okay, you have read the whole letter, and something is off. A condition got denied that should not have. A rating is too low. The effective date is wrong. Here's the part nobody explains clearly. You do not file a vague appeal anymore. Since the rules changed back in 2019, you have exactly 3 lanes, and you have 1 year from the date printed on that letter to choose one. Miss that year, and 2 of these doors close for good. Lane 1, the supplemental claim. You use this when you have new evidence the VA did not have the first time. A new diagnosis, a new test, a stronger medical opinion. You file VA Form 20-0995, and a reviewer looks at your claim again with that new evidence included. You can technically file this one anytime, but file inside the year to protect your effective date. Lane 2, the higher level review. You use this when the evidence was already there, but you believe the rater made a mistake. No new evidence goes in. A more senior reviewer takes a completely fresh look, what they call a de novo review. And you can even request a short phone call to point out exactly where they went wrong. You file VA Form 29-0996. This one is usually the fastest of the 3. Lane 3, the board appeal. This sends your case to a veterans law judge at the board in Washington. You file VA Form 10182. It is the most powerful option, and it is also the slowest. You choose how the judge reviews it, on the record, with new evidence, or with a live hearing. 3 lanes, 1 year. Choosing the right one is the difference between a fast win and another year of waiting. And here is the piece I really want you to hear. Look closely at that reasons and bases section. A huge number of denials come down to one line, something like, the evidence does not show a link between your condition and your service. That is a nexus problem. If that is what your letter says, throwing the same paperwork back at them will not change a thing. What changes it is new, stronger medical evidence, a clear, independent medical opinion that connects the dots the VA said were missing. That is exactly the kind of evidence that can turn a denial into a grant in the supplemental claim lane. If that sounds like your situation, there is a link below. So before you get angry, before you give up, read the whole letter. The decision, the percentage, the effective date, and the reasons. That letter is not the end of your claim. A lot of the time, it is just the map for your next move. If this helped, subscribe, because next time we are getting into how to actually win in the appeal lane you just picked. Until then, know the system, win the claim. You matter the most.